Welcome out, ladies and gentlemen, to this RGL.GG Week 5, the final week of no restriction sixes. There is no class limits, there is no weapon bans, and everything is on the line for both of these teams, as this is the 4th seed versus the 5th seed. But when it comes down to it, only one of these teams will be moving on to the 4-team playoff. And really, it just comes down to whoever wins. That's it, plain and simple. And we're going to find out who's going to be walking into the playoffs tonight on PL Borneo in this best of 3 matchup. It's going to be Prevail starting out probably on the blue side against Pancake Waffle Rifles. Prevail's been a little bit on the lower side, but they have a chance to prove themselves tonight, pick up one more win, and earn their spot into playoffs. Or will PWR be able to hold on and show why they are adjusting away from ESEA 6s in order to play this format? I am Sigfu, joined out here with Vox8 to my side. Looking forward to this matchup tonight. How are you looking forward to this matchup, Vox?
I am very excited. I love this map. I really love Borneo, and I'm excited to see how it plays in this format as well. I know last week we got a chance to see Prevail play against none other than Froyotech, and Jets, who's a player on the side of Prevail, really went off on Sniper. As a former Sniper main myself, I am loving this map. I am going to be all eyes on the Sniper battles that I'm sure will be taking place.
Yeah, it'll definitely be an interesting one, and also gotta give a shout out in our pregame to Dolphin on camera, just in case anybody's wondering. Dolphins running camera. There was a joke the other day about how people didn't know Dolphin's name sometimes, so we just gotta make sure that people know. My boy Dolphin doing amazing work as always. He doesn't get enough. The people who watch him recognize him, but people who don't should. That's all I'm saying here. And anyways, we get started up here tonight on this morning. I'm looking forward to this. We had one payload match. As it looks like we had one payload match earlier in the season that was on upward, and we actually saw an upset happen where Froyotech lost to Cat Noises in a very clean way, 2-0 in the favor of Cat Noises with time to spare. And we had 5 CP maps, but the problem that we had with 5 CP maps during the season, we were originally supposed to have a third one tonight on Snakewater, is that the matches were just happening way too quickly. The stalemates that happen inside of 6s just don't seem to be happening inside of this format, despite a lot of people claiming that, you think that you would see, stacking of classes, it would just be too slow, too many defensive classes coming up, but it actually seemed to be the inverse, that the speed of the game was actually kind of unstoppable, especially if you could run 2 medics in different more power classes to kind of keep the momentum going forward. So I'm looking forward to seeing another payload map, how it plays tonight, especially tonight, because this is a very holdable map. I mean, would you say, Vox, like, it feels like every point on this map really can be held pretty efficiently?
Yeah, I mean, first is probably the easiest, and usually that's by design in payload maps, but then you still have options like the little 1.5 hold to put the gun a little bit further back in the house. But you're right, every single point in this you have the opportunity to just completely stop the offense, which is kind of rare in a lot of payload maps. The fact that you have the heavy defense, and then not only that, at the end you have that enclosed space in last, which is just notoriously such a difficult point to push in other formats. So I'm interested to see how that plays out, whether the lack of stalemates that we see in 5CP will hold true here, or if Borneo's last will claim yet another victim.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, especially that it's one of those things where it's like, I kind of wonder, is it Borneo last, or is it the numbers that people complain about Borneo last? Because when you look at it with Highlander and a little bit with Prolander, I guess it can be a little bit of a difficult one to push. I think the problem with Borneo last is it's really easy to kite away during Uber charges and stuff like that. But I think if you focus the card enough, because it doesn't have like the upward ramp that goes backwards, it's not too bad. But let's take a look at these teams as we are readied up here. It looks like Prevail's going to be starting out on defense, and they're going to be having double engineer, which I think is not the correct play. It could be just that's temporary to get the maybe like stuff up in time. That makes a lot of sense. Double medic. Okay, so going back down to single engineer here, so that was just one. So double medic, sniper, soldier, engineer. I don't even know if I'd love the engineer play this moment, but we'll see. On the PWR side, double spy, double medic, double demo. Interesting lineup, double spy. I'm kind of curious if that's going to have any sort of used to it.
Oh, they switched. It looks like maybe they had the 2 spies to check for 2 medics, because they did just switch to sniper, and then now both spies are gone. So I wonder if that's just a little play, see how many medics they're running. Although we got a demo jumping in on the side of PWR. That's Hedgehog Hero, not long for this world, gonna go down easy while the other demo spams over. But the gun is kind of far back. It looks like they are setting up for that little 1.5 hold. Usually you do it after you lose the first leg of first, but you know, maybe playing a little bit more passively and defensively because of the classes they have.
Yeah, I guess they're just wanting to play it a little bit safer. I mean, if you would have to have the level 3 gun up to be able to do this. Interesting on defense, double Uber charge. On offense, we're seeing 1 Uber in 1 Vax, and here we go. 1 Uber charge is being used for the blue side. It's going to be able to catch the medic out here almost certainly, as they still have another Uber charge on the defense to hold on just a little bit longer. They will lose rain. So that's going to slow them down. Every class you lose when you're running double medic is that much more important to be able to hold on here. So we'll see what they're wanting to do. As they do take out Earthworker, looks like actually try to walk in onto level 3 Cinch Gun. Probably was not expecting. They will lose the first point here. But the question is how long, they're going to try to defend it, but how long can they hold on to this first point?
Yeah, I think it depends on Jets. He already did find 1 shot onto the cart, which was helpful. And then right after, you had Lizar able to get in and really slow things down. There's Jets finding another one, but Rain does fall yet again. So on that 15-second respawn, Lizar trying to do it all by himself to protect this cart. He's going to need some help, but there really aren't any other offensive classes. With Rain down, he finds 2, including Xenocide and Franklin, the medic.
Apparently they did not check their feet to see if there was a sticky trap on the cart, because there was a massive sticky trap on the cart. Takes down 2. The pyro up now here as Rain is switching over to that. You know, and that's one of the things is running a pyro. They are close quarters right now. Jets is going to pick up another shot onto Zeno, and it's the cart will go down here almost certainly. Here comes out the Uber charge onto the Cinch Gun, doing a lot of damage onto it. It will get pulled back just in time, but the engineer is going to be met by the soldier, and he's going to go down almost certainly. And with only 2 medics at the front line here, as well as a sniper, this is not going to be looking good. They're going to use an Uber charge on the sniper with the Girardi. Rain's going to go down. They're going for the Girardi play right now. The medic is running in. Oh my god, the Devilman goes down. The medic almost got the play, but they picked up the frag somehow. I was so focused on the people who got peed on that I didn't realize that like everybody died for PWR, and that's going to give a chance for a Prevail to get up here, as they also have the teleporter still up on first.
Yeah, this is working out, and that teleporter coming into play. Luckily, the Vaccinator does save. I believe that's Franklin saves him, but otherwise, I mean, you still have such a good position taken by Rain. It looked like second could have been a foregone conclusion, but like you said, just a crazy play with the Girardi going in and success and a chance to hold second now for Rain. Kalo on the respawn right now, so we don't have any guns set up at the moment. That's really the only thing that you can hold on to right now if you're PWR, but here comes the Flog coming in with an Uber. I mean, this should just be some easy cleanup right now for Rain, trying to chase the other medic back to spawn. And a little ring around the rosy actually might survive, but good play nonetheless.
Yeah, they are now down to just 1 medic on the defense, so we'll see how well that works out for them as they're going up against the 2 on the side of PWR, who's currently at 95% Uber charge, getting close to go. Vaccinator has 2 charges ready to go on it as well. Alex is now switched off to Spy. They lose 1 demo man early on here, but they still have Hedgehog Hero to work forward with. But again, you know, every time it's like when it comes down to, you know, pushing forward, every single player you lose when you have double medic is just that much more important. But it looks like they're going to try to exchange now.
Yeah, looks like there goes the first one. The Vaccinator hasn't been popped yet. The first pop is gonna go. The good thing about that double medic is that you can focus 2 separate targets with them when you're going in. Uber maybe on your demo and the Vax for someone else, but it doesn't really matter because backstab from BM, Jets hitting a headshot, that's 2 picks in the favor of Rain, and although they lost their own spy, you're probably not reeling after that loss. And here comes Rain with the Flog again, finds 3, picks up 2 medics. He gets stopped by Alex. He might continue to chase because that's just the kind of player that Rain is, but he might just want to stay alive, make sure he's got the numbers to protect his team.
Yeah, it just seems like these pushes out of PWR are just a little bit sloppy. I mean, again, it's like they're running double medic. That doesn't mean you just win the game running double medic. It's not like a crazy overpowered strat that's just going to instantly, you know, do what you need to do. You need to play smartly around that, and losing players early on in the fights is kind of working against them. They will take down BM on Spy, so that's going to help them out. The soldier is going to jump all the way around to go to spawn. The level 2 Sentry Gun is very far back right now, but looks like they're going to just try to work in their Devilman here on the front side. That's Earthworker. Trying to find somewhere, but the other thing that they can do, and this is something that, look at how far back that cart is, it's like, instead of trying to fight for corn, which is a lot of teams do, literally just fight for cart path. Just try to go around them. Rather than try to go through them, just go around them, push the objective, and force them to take an awkward fight.
So I have questions about what Alex was doing. As you mentioned, he jumped behind, and he was just sitting there at spawn.
Flog.
For so long. Oh, Flog going in. Is it going to find much? Oh, the Uber actually gets popped. Gets one. Gets a second. BM with the backstab. Third coming in for the Flog. And it's just Alex left alive, who I still want to talk about. And so he was sitting at spawn, really doing nothing, waiting for a respawn to come in. It was BM. He took a teleporter, and he didn't get a single rocket off before BM took the teleporter. And then just destroyed the telly, and is still just sitting behind. He's not doing anything for his team right now. Like at this point, you probably want to die, respawn, and get into the front line to help your team.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to do something. He's going to start. Alex is starting to make a play. He's spotting the Engineer's teleporter. The Sentry Gun is really lower, but again, once again, PWR is not opting to play the objective as it's currently rolling backwards. Jets will pick up another one on an 8K right now. Just not a lot of deaths happening on the side of Prevail, but the Medic's going down incredibly low. Going down to about 50 HP, able to get a little bit healed back up. Here comes up the Dorati. No, he actually missed that as the Devilman's pushing through. So the Devilman is taking control of Korn, but we'll see how the Scout's going to be able to push this card. He's going to back up to his medic for some reason, and looks like PWR is just not focusing this objective at all, and here comes out another Flog.
Oh, Rainy went down. Unfortunate. He got the 10K and immediately Xenocide picked him up. Maybe getting a little too cocky. They had the Uber charge they could have used and maybe got some more done. But Lizar, he doesn't need no Uber, not just yet. Oh, we got a double medic. Maybe a little medic chain going on now. They're just gonna back up. So I mean, they did force the Uber there out of PWR, and they are just like holding strong on the second point. Like you mentioned during the pregame, every point in Borneo has the chance to be your last.
And the thing right now is they're actually bringing up a heavy now, BM now on heavy off of Spy to get that extra firepower. The way the Sentry Gun's being positioned and the way the team is being positioned for Prevail, you could just put somebody on the cart. You could put a Scout on the cart and they have nobody to contest it right now. The Heavy's really far back. See, right now, that Scout just needs to hide on the cart. They have nobody to deal with this. This is what PWR has been doing this whole time. The cart is just going to be captured for free. The Engineer's going to come on it, but he just got the melee. He's going to go down protecting the cart. But now this is going to force Prevail back. While I'm talking, Rain uses the Flog on the backside, picks up a couple more frags. But here's the thing, like, as much as PWR failed that push, they lost a couple players, that cart is about to be captured. Like, this is how you play, like, objective-based game modes of Payload, is you don't just focus kills, but you need to play around the objective and figure out, how do I push the objective? And now that they're finally doing that, Prevail, or PWR should come down with the second point, eventually.
They might, but there's 48 seconds and that cart's moving backwards now. Also, smart move by Rain going to the Heavy. Someone that you can just plant on the cart every once in a while. Toy just needs to visit BM and buff him up to that 450. They do lose Lizar, and this is opportunity now for PWR as Jets finds one pick. Flog being used. Is it going to find anything? It's got to be all eyes on Rain right now, but he does pick up Tomato Tom. Jets on an 11K as he finds yet another with that Machina. But yeah, this is just cleanup time. Toy came in with a little Uber saw action too.
Yeah, Toy currently on a 15K streak through assists. Here comes out another Flog play. 5 seconds left in the clock. This is easily going to be defended as they're going to wrap up a few more frags. And I think it just shows you, I mean, obviously PWR, that's a team full of Sixes players. They don't play a lot of payload. You know, it just shows through their play style. Like, obviously all those players are very good players. They've done really well throughout the season. And if this was a Koth map, I'd imagine it'd be just a little bit closer. But, you know, it's just like one of these things where it's like, they're just playing the map wrong. Like, it's just plain and simple, like, they're just playing the map wrong. It's like, it's not that complicated, but it's like one of these things where it's a different mindset to kind of adjust to. And I think it's interesting, though. The thing that surprised me there is, like, I figured the double medic would be able to just overrun. You know, people are talking about how this Medigun vaccinator combo is just so crazy overpowered. But clearly we showed that it is able to be defended against. You are able to stop it. And so we're going to now see PWR. They are running double Demoman, Sniper, Pyro, Soldier. So they're running a single medic on defense as well.
Yeah, so I'm going to be a little bit of an a-hole. I wanted to look at the logs. I just wanted to see what that half looked like. Rain on Pyro went 18-5 with over 600 DPM because of the flog. And then just other notable, Jets was 12-0, which is pretty nice, and I'm sure he's happy about that. But I really just wanted to, when your Pyro's topping 600 DPM, boy, you had a half.
600 DPM Pyro. I don't think those words have ever been uttered in the history of PvP. That's so absurd. I have never seen that kind of number. Well, here we go. PWR on defense, Prevail trying to break. If they capture the first point in a minute 40, they'll do well. They have triple medic right now. I think they're just memeing a little bit because that doesn't make a lot of sense, but we'll see what they're going to do with it. Also, they don't have anybody in the cart, and they dropped Lizard to a trap. And so first supercharge is completely useless. They're trying to bring out the Vaccinator on the sniper on the far right-hand side, but he's getting punished. Both the medic and sniper should go down, and BM, though. What'd you see?
Oh, it's just a double backstab. I mean, it's so good. They get their medic. They got one of the demos. The fact that there's still a medic with an uber charge, that's Toy on the side of Rain, and you can see the class switches coming out. They know that they smell blood in the water. They want to pick this point up and grab second and get over to the second half. Although the uber does get used pretty early. Toy went down relatively low and panic popped, I think. But, I mean, hopefully it won't impact Rain too much, and they'll be able to just push forward and get ahead. But we do have PWR putting up at least some semblance of a defense, but as Franklin goes down, that might be a problem for them. But I don't know. Right now, not 100% sure if this cart's going to get taken, but it looks good for the offensive side.
Yeah, 35 seconds is realistic for them to take this. Right now, they have Xenocide on Spy and Demo Man. They have everybody crowding around this cart. This is going to be very tough. PWR, they have 25 seconds to defend this. Can they do it? Demo Man trying to do everything he can, but it won't be enough. They'll take the first round cleanly by capturing the first point.
That was a quick one.
That was a quick half. It's been a while since I've seen like a full defense happen on sec. I mean, I guess it's not that crazy uncommon, but at a high level, it tends to be pretty uncommon. But let's take a look at these logs here for as much as we can glean from them.
Yeah, I've already got them up because I just had to do a little refresh. So unfortunately, Rain's DPM did drop. I wonder why. Probably because there wasn't much to do in the second half, but still obviously the top performer on the server. Jets, Lizard, I mean everyone at the top. BM is on the side of Prevail or Rain, and I mean it's. What else did you really expect from it? Unfortunately, like you said, I don't know what we'll really be able to glean from these logs, because when you see a match that one-sided, the logs usually will reflect that.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to, I mean, the only thing you can really see from this is obviously the Pyro defense worked out really well for them. Rain did a great job kind of going in at the right times. You know, in the inverse side, like double demo man just really didn't do much. I think, you know, it really wasn't working out well for them. Maybe switching off to double soldier to like have a little bit more like demo obviously is an incredibly powerful class in the game. It can do a lot of work, but I think you get more consistency out of a soldier if you're not like a, you know, a top level demo man. I don't know. I'd be kind of curious to see PWR maybe change their classes around a little bit. As we are starting up here again, and it's going to be Prevail setting the time now against PWR, so we'll see what they're able to do as they're starting on offense. One thing I want to talk about, this interesting triple medic strategy, and I think I know what they're trying to do here, is that they're doing triple medic to go down to one medic, but they use the two fringe medics initially just to try to get a force on the enemy medic. So then they have the third medic then to roll out with an ubercharge advantage. So basically it's like a suicide wave, but you're using uber charges to force the uber charge of you. Like, it's fun. I love it. Like, we saw, so Froyotech did this with 2 medics, but I think 3 medics is even more interesting to do this with. Now they have 4 medics. I can't imagine. I think that's got to be a meme, but we'll see what they're going to do.
I want to see them maybe switch. I mean, yeah, this is definitely for some shiggles right now, but like, I kind of want to see. Oh, never mind. Lizard did switch. I was gonna say maybe BM goes demo and Jets go something, and see the quadruple medic in action. But it looks like we are just only 3 medics, Sigafu. I mean, come on, that's not nearly enough, right?
I just don't think so. And so here they go. So Sniper out on the cart. Delman's running up with 2 medics. I gotta imagine they're gonna drop. Oh, they're gonna do medic Uber crits at the same time. That's what they're pushing up together for. They got to be careful of the trap. That's where the Demoman died last, and here comes out the crit streak. It's going to be used as well as the Uber charge, but the Demoman, the medic with the Uber charge gets popped off, and they got exactly what they wanted. They got the force out of the enemy medic, and I don't know if that was a scared pop out of Tomato Tom or what happened there. They lose 2, and the mech's going to run back to spawn, switch off, and they're going to have an Uber charge ready to go here with advantage.
Yeah, this is looking pretty good. I mean, that's such a smart move too, to switch off of the medics and just keep the one that you want to use to push forward. I mean, you got what you were looking for out of that push, and you know, it's just being dynamic as a team and making those quick swaps. But right now, there's still a little matter of killing the players on the enemy side of the team. Which so far so good in terms of the defense. They're keeping everyone alive, but that cart is moving forward. That Uber, there goes the engineer picking up his dispenser. Tomato Tom backstabbed, and yeah, I thought maybe if you delay long enough to get the Uber, you have a chance, but that's not going to happen.
As the collateral comes in, taking down Earthworker, I was going to mention the health on PWR was so terrible, and they're trying to retreat, but I mean, they had like nothing left on them. It's just the soldier who's left forward for PWRs. They're pretty much going to have to give up this second point. Great job. Here comes in. They get the force off. Nice job out of the soldier. He's going to trade out his life. Fracklin is, but he's going to get a force on to Toy. And so that's going to be worthwhile enough. I mean, at least you're going to have Uber Charge ready to go. They're giving up the second point completely. They're getting set up on third. What are you doing, Engineer? What are you doing, man? Run back to third with your freaking gun. Now he's going to lose. They're going to go for a weird second, third-ish hold here. I've never seen this work before, but I'm ready to be proven wrong.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem to be any organization on the side of PWR. I mean, the fact there's a lot of indecision right now. Oh, there comes BM. Yeah, you saw that developing, and easy backstab for him. But you know, I feel like Xenocide with a little bit more experience probably would have just been like, screw this. Yeah, I'm gonna get set up on third. But there was that indecision. He was kind of in, then he was not in, and then he was sitting on the bridge for a little while, and then he decided to go back. And right now, BM is harassing him just to make his life a little bit worse. Just the struggles will continue for the engineer of the defensive side, but all the while that cart moving at a snail's pace with that ×1, a little ×2 now, but it really in position to take this quickly are Prevail.
Yeah, they're doing a great job so far. I mean, the heavy on the cart is a hard thing to deal with, especially when you're not running a sniper. Like, how do you counter a heavy who's constantly being healed? Like, that's where snipers come into play, and currently PWR is not running a sniper on defense, and I think that's a huge mistake. This gun's going to go down. They're just walking. Literally, no one's even contesting them. Jets takes down another one. Tomato Tom goes down, so no medic here. And PWR is just crumbling. They have nothing going on for them. They're just running soldiers and demos and engineers, oh my, but they need to be running some snipers and pick classes. They need to do something here to turn this around. As they lose another one, Jets picking up Earthworker on the retreat.
Yeah, Jets obviously last half was really strong, and he's continuing that momentum into this one. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him on the top of the scoreboard, just because of how consistent he's been throughout the game. And this is really what I was excited to see. Like, I wanted to see how last is going to play out, and you know, well, there's some resistance coming in. There's Alex picking up 2, and another one fell. I don't know exactly who got them. Oh, Alex with a third. So maybe this is opportunity for PWR at least to get some semblance of defense going. I mean, it's not going to be easy to defend for as long as they need to, but you know, just any signs of positive movement is what you're hoping for right now. Oh, the vlog play. Oh, the Uber was popped though. Still an opportunity. Gets 2. That's Franklin picking up a couple, and that Uber does nothing.
Yeah, interesting. Prevail switched over to double medic there, but as you said, the second medic got taken down as the Uber charge was used. Tomato Tom though went down to Lizar, so that is going to still give a slight Uber advantage here to one of the medics, I should say. The second medic is just about even with him. And so we'll see how they want to handle this. They're running still a sniper as well as a heavy. I think, and look at this, the heavy's just going to start walking in here. We'll see how this double demo on defense might help out a little bit more, but BM comes in with a backstab, and only 3 players left alive. Prevail just walking forward right now.
No one's on the cart yet, though, and I don't like that. I mean, yeah, okay, you might want 1 or 2 players to choke them off at their spawn, but come on, let's get someone on the cart. Let's start pushing besides just your medic. They do have ×2 going. maybe, I mean, the last ditch efforts with the respawns coming in, something could happen here, some magic. BM with a backstab, couple more picks in the favor of Rain, and that should be it. So Cart's gonna get capped probably somewhere around 5.5 minutes, and 5:14. Yeah, so PWR, I mean, are you hopeful that they can beat that time?
No. No. PWR lost this game. I have zero hope. I mean, if that defense there was interesting, they lost a couple on back. I mean, BM like telegraphed where he was. He like backstabbed Delman. I mean, the thing that was crazy to me is that the BM had on one of his final backstabs on the Delman, the medic was literally sawing him for like a second or two. Like, how that like wasn't called, or if it wasn't communicated, like I'm really confused at why he was able to get that backstab off when the medic saw him the entire time. Like, yo dog, you're about to be backstabbed, you should probably turn around, you know. And it just kind of feels like a lot of kind of the little things that maybe, you know, PWR is not used to as Sixes players. They play in a really restrictive environment where they only see a small set of things in terms of maps, in terms of classes. It feels like they're kind of crumbling to the things outside of that. You know, the sniper plays coming out of Jets, the spy plays coming out of BM, and just the consistent relentlessness of the objective. Like, you know, they're doing a great job of putting the heavy on the cart. You know, Prevail was just continue to push that along. It's a really hard thing to contest, especially when you're not running a sniper. So here we go. PWR on offense, 5:14 on the clock. They need a perfect game in order to take this to an overtime round.
Oh, well, that perfect game's already... Technically, if you're talking about perfect, Jets immediately got a snipe right off the bat, so continues his good game. Ooh. Oh, Earthworker. Oh, he gets a third, finds a few, and just something to talk about on the side of PWR. Crits did get used in that as well, and I mean, Rain, they're all pretty much dead. There's a gun way far back. That's going to get picked up. Uber has to be used by Toy, but this first point has to get capped, and quickly. You don't want to give them a chance to build up on second.
Great job. They're starting to take forward ground, but let's see if they make the same mistake last time of ramming their head too much against Corn rather than focusing the objective. We do see double medic on either side, both teams copying each other, Vaccinator as well as Medigun, as we do see a spy play coming out as Alex EXE. He's going for the decloak, but he was heard. He's going to get spotted out here, and just now working out for them. PWR, I don't know if he's got a single kill with the spy, as a single sniper pushing the cart is not going very quickly. Here comes out the Ubercharge, though.
Yeah, the Ubercharge going, and BM does go down. Behind. The gun gets picked up. Yeah. Oh, the Pyro's behind. Is he gonna find too much? Jets kind of stole his kill, but here comes the crits out of the flog. I just realized first hadn't been capped yet, and there that goes, as Rain's gonna find a couple, picking up the medic, one of the medics, I should say, on PWR. I mean, if that cart was a little bit closer, you probably have a better opportunity to cap it, but then I guess you could also make an argument that if they didn't commit as many players forward, they might not have even been in that position anyway.
Well, they had, I mean, all you need is a couple players forward to be able to, you know, kind of cap that off. I mean, that's the trade-off of payload, right? Like, you either sacrifice players forward to allow the defense to get a little bit of a foothold, or you try to get yourself a better foothold with the objective by putting more people onto the cart. And ultimately, at the end of the day, like, PWR, I think, made a little bit of a mistake only leaving their sniper on the cart versus maybe getting like a soldier with the pain train or something to be able to do a little bit more. But here we go, 3 minutes on the clock. Nobody's touching the cart. They have the heavy ready to go, but it looks like he wants to get on this push, but this is exactly where PWR got stuff, literally assigning everybody to Corn rather than putting anybody on the cart, but here they go.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting because here comes the flog and finds one, but then the Vaccinator saves the heavy, and then the Uber gets popped up as well. No Uber on the side of Rain just yet, 85% in building with a Vaccinator to boot. So, I mean, the gun goes down, Dispenser and Telly picked up too. Now it's just a matter of finding the frags to cap this point. All the while, they have under 2.5 minutes to get through last.
Yeah, they really, I mean, if they had any chance this game, they needed like a ×2, ×3 kind of player onto the cart. Here comes up the Overcharge. They tried to defend it. It's doing a decent amount of damage, not securing any frags, but the heavy finally will fall. The Delman's pretty low as well, but it looks like the Scout's going to focus the medic instead. And so as they see the 6 players of Rain getting set up, the sniper is going to die there, but they got Girardi in time. 3 players with Girardi on top of them. And that's going to slow this down. The Scout's going to pick up one more, almost certainly, on this soldier on the far hand side. Going for the melee kill not going to get it. Going to use the scatter, going to finish that off here. 3 players currently down for PWR as Prevail holding on the cart path to defend this point. A minute 40 left in the clock, and I do not think we are in the range of physically possible, as it looks like Prevail is going to take the game today and really show why they deserve a spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just the overall better team, and I mean better coordination, better understanding of the game mode and really how to play it. So there's not even like a point where I'd say like, oh, they could have done this better, they could have done that better. I mean, they really showed that in all aspects of the game they're the better team on the server, and very much deserving of that spot because of it.
One of the things that's interesting out of Prevail as well is that they actually used the rule sets to their advantage, right? It felt like PWR was static. They like kind of always ran double demo man pretty much. Like it didn't seem to be working out. They always did like the same thing as just picks up the collateral. They're taking down one of the medics. But it was just like, you saw Prevail, like they ran triple medic out the start of the gate. They switched up their classes on defense when they saw a PWR was always holding close, as Prevail just pushing forward, collapsing on different people. But I love watching teams like Prevail and like Cat Noises, teams who really try to figure out ways, how can we play this format? How do we do something different than what TF2's done in the past to maximize our performance? And you're really seeing it here tonight, because I don't think that Prevail is just that much stronger of a team. I don't think they're just that much better of a team in terms of DM, but in terms of their game strategies that they come out, in terms of their gameplay, it seems like they're definitely the better ones in that front tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And as these final seconds kind of count down, I mean, so forgive me, but what is the final picture looking like for seedings? Do we know that yet?
So we don't have the let me take a look at the final. So right now we have Prevail. They will be guaranteed the 4th place spot inside of the playoffs. Now the 1st place spot is going to be to Cat Noises almost certainly, as they're playing a lower seeded team. So I'm pretty sure that they will win that game cleanly. So assume Cat Noises wins, they should be in 1st place. So the question is who's in 2nd and who's in 3rd, and that's going to be found out tomorrow. As Froyotech and King's Crew, they were pushed off that match for one more day. But the 4 teams going into playoffs almost certainly will be Cat Noises, Froyotech, King's Crew, as well as Pancake Waffle Rifle. So that will be, or not, sorry, Prevail. I was reading off the top of the text, but Cat Noises, Froyotech, King's Crew, Prevail. That will be the 4 teams. And it'll be, so what's really interesting about the playoffs and why you guys should be watching next week for these semifinals is we are, instead of letting teams choose their maps, we want to, because I was kind of worried that when we set up this format that teams would only choose like DM based maps. They'd be like, oh, well, we're only going to choose 5CP and Koth because like that's the only things we're good at, right? And so the way that's going to work is that every format will be played if you do all 3 maps. So you're going to play. So the way that it works is the first map is either going to be a Koth or payload, or sorry, Koth or 5CP. The second map will always be a payload, and the third map will be a Koth or 5CP. So if the first map is a 5CP, then it'd be 5CP, payload, Koth. And if the first map is a Koth, then it'd be Koth, payload, 5CP. So payload was always going to be the deciding round, at least in the middle, to see if we need to go into the playoffs. But it really is going to show teams who has the most range. Who can win on every single, not just like the team that's best at Koth, best at payload, best at 5CP. Who can win on every single map has shown the versatility that this format demands. And I'm really curious to see that in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think that's really awesome. I mean, being able to see a lot of these teams play in these past few weeks, and I mean, just Froyotech failing against Cat Noises a few weeks ago, and the fact that like you said, Cat Noises seem to be coming in as the probable number 1 seed. Froyotech either 2nd or 3rd. I mean, that's just. It's kind of a new way of looking at the standings that we've kind of grown accustomed to, and tons of different formats of TF2. So, I mean, either way, like you said, the playoffs are just going to be absolutely crazy. I mean, these are also the teams. It's not only like these are the best players, but they're the teams that are that have really embraced the format the most, and can really show and stretch it and push it to the limits of what can be done, and the creative ways to play it too.
And that's what we wanted, right? Like that was the whole point of this, is like coming into this, the whole point of this whole experiment was to be like, here's the format that everybody says is broken. Show us why. Prove us why. We're putting down over $2,000 on the line. Earn your money, earn your keep. Think creatively, and you're gonna be able, and you're gonna be rewarded, right? And at the end of the day, whether this is a good format or not, we can learn about that. We can learn, is class stacking an issue? Are certain weapons an issue? Like, what needs to be changed? How does sixes play inside of payload? How does, play inside of these different things? And I think the top four teams definitely deserve it. As every match that I've watched them, they've definitely been interesting in their play style and the different stuff. So I'm really looking forward to it. So next week, Wednesday night, should be the semifinals unless teams. So keep an eye out. Follow us. Also, guys, if you haven't already, make sure that you give us a follow over on this channel. You can sub to us on YouTube. And if you love us just a little bit extra much and you want to help out the prize pools, you want to help out cover the cost for our production, toss us a little sub from that Twitch Prime. Give us a little kisseroo, and we'll give you back a little blinking dolphin. If we get a few more subs, we'll actually be able to get a second emote. So, definitely consider to do that out. But I think with that, Vox, I think we can leave it there. And just, I cannot tell you how pumped I am for semifinals. Like, I am so excited to see these top teams, everything on the line, best of 3 map series. Like, ooh, that just sounds like so much fun. I can't wait. But Vox, my man, any shout outs you want to give here?
As always, just shout out to the teams and a thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, thank you for being here, guys. We're gonna do what we always do. We're starting to do now is we're gonna throw it over here to BM. So the winning team, what we're doing is gonna raid BM's channel from Prevail. So make sure to give him lots of love. Jump over to his channel, check him out as a thank you for playing in this match and winning today. But I think with that, we're gonna give some love to Dolphin as always. I never forget Dolphin, guys. Toss a heart out in the chat for being such a awesome producer, always doing a great job on the camera and giving us all the angles that we need to see, even in these roles of games. And congratulations to Prevail. Really, just fantastic game today. Was not sure what to expect, but they really earned it. So with that, guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for coming out here. We're going to go raid BM, congratulate him for his win. And with that, we'll see you next time, next week for the semifinals. Make sure to check it out.